Daily sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Chicago Bears. And off we go from Las Vegas. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now some confusion offensively here as Carr's going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Quick throw caught out wide by Renfro. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Well, this defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Carr now to throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive. And they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them. And now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Down to the 25. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last year, up to make the play. 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Carr going to throw. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on second down. Fields throwing the out route incomplete. It's Montgomery. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And out of bounds right around the 20. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 2nd and 10, Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. David Montgomery with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this.
The kick is good.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. He can't get him down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up two.
On first down, Carr. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Bilal Nichols. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Carr. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Carr. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. 7-7. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And now Waller going to have a chance to run this. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Carr to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Raiders on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd down and 12. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's got his man here, Beasley. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Alec Ogletree charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man, that's Renfro. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here's Carr. Caught out right by Renfro. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And Hunter Renfro's giving them great production for a 5th-round pick. 56 catches last season, and we know he's famous for being 3rd in Renfro, but I think he's pretty good on 1st and 2nd down, too.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's Khalil Mack, the all-pro, in there to get him behind the line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Carr's throw pulled in by Renfro. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. 38-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Fields. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Montgomery. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Fields now to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will have the Bears first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39.
On play action, Fields. Incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Fields. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Chicago.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Fields. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Montgomery. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. On is Santos for the Bears field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
No tight end had more catches in 2020 than Darren Waller with 107. The third most by a tight end in history. Maybe we should just take the label off and call him an outstanding receiver.
Carr now on first down. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On second down, Montgomery. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Fields on third down. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. There he goes, right side. The 20.
Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Touchdown, Chicago. Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And the Raider first down.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He's going to go deep for Beasley. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive first and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And 2021 in the draft, the first tight end off the board, Florida's Kyle Pitts at number 4 to Atlanta. The first tight end taken in 2020 was this guy, Cole Kmet, number 43 overall. Really started to come on late last season. A good grab there for a first down.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
On 2nd and 9, Fields throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Montgomery. Touchdown, Chicago! David Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
31. Raiders 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
From the gun, it's Carr. Back to Renfro again, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Carr. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and run the option. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Little read option, the end result, the first down, so a good read.
And the way teams are running it nowadays, they've added variety to it. You know, the original way was you read the defensive end. If he crashes down, you pull it and you go. Now they may not even block that person, may end up reading the linebacker, may read the cornerback. Just depends on how they want to block it up. In any case, this worked well for them. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bears' 42-yard line.
Shotgun now for Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Carr going to throw. And he hits Drake. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bears will get the football back. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. They snap it to Fields. Lets this one rip toward Graham. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Jimmy Graham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now Carr again. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got a boat down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw his Carr. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Kenyon Drake. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score Bears 38, Raiders 24.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. So that'll back them up 5. To throw is Fields. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. A give. This is Montgomery. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
A gain of 19 yards.
From midfield, here's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Throwing again. Mariota on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Again, they'll throw with Carr. The open man here, Renfro. They had a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. He's going to go deep for Beasley. He rifles one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Fields. Flushed and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Flush to his right. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Carr now on 1st down. Lets this go for Renfrow downfield. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Jacobs. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Keeps it on the sneak. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call. You know, that he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a completion left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Montgomery a 1st down and then some. And down to the 28-yard line. 66 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. first down. They run again. Here's Montgomery. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, 28 yards. And the Bears add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Bears 45, Raiders 31.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Carr. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Carr. That's into the hands of Edwards. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Throwing his Carr. It's complete to Drake. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Clock management definitely. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Carr to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And he's got his man here, Beasley. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another 1st down. One final try now for Carr. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score. With all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So for the Bears, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.